perhaps I could ask anybody from the marsh what the particular concerns are that you have currently, and I'll ask you to put your questions to the panel now.
Well, the obvious concern is first of all, I'm fairly new to the area. We've lived here just approaching 2 years. When we bought the property, we were right at the bottom of the marsh where these lovely people are planting a lot of trees just the other side of our garden, which is quite smashing, to hopefully soak some of the water up. But we are one of the houses which has been affected, only partially, luckily, by the flooding. Welsh Water have been fantastic with the work they've done for us recently. They've done a couple of things. They've supplied some water butts, which we talked about today. Obviously, with the lining, they've built up our manhole covers to stop the water going into the sewage. But my one big concern is when all that water comes flying down the road, and it's going to happen again, it can't go into the sewers anymore. I mean, that's good news. We can still flush our toilets. But where the hell is it going to go? Into our houses? I really don't know. Please, someone tell me where the water's going to go. It can't go into the field. It rises up slightly. All the ditches around there haven't been cleared, which was my understanding they were going to be done. And I'm not seeing anything to give us any hope to say that the water's just not going to stay at the road and flood the 3 or 4 houses down the bottom.
For that too.
I spoke to.
Can I give you the mic, please?
No, okay. Anybody going not the other?
This matters is recording now.
Don't do that.
I spoke to Phil Banker today. Are they down there working at the moment?
Who's that? Sorry.
Phil Banker from Council.
Yeah.
Did you hear there?
The council down there. As far as I'm aware, it's all Welsh Water at the moment.
Well, I spoke to him today. There's something in, I think I spoke to Phil on the thing. There's something in, they start work down there soon, redoing all the drains, and I think there's a little bit of ditching work they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but they can't do the 40 lines, but it's already out, so I think that's only for highways, not only for highways, so highways agency.
Bill did say he felt, I asked him today, and he said that they're starting on within the next few weeks through the drains and getting the right thing there. That's different than what you want to do with the land. Yeah.
3 specific questions. Do you want me to name property names?
Yeah.
Okay, the new owners of King Cup Cottage have laid down 200 to 300 metres squared of hard standing without planning permission. No drainage has been put in. The amount of equipment, frames for buildings and pallets of bricks indicate desire to build substantial buildings on that field. There are significant numbers of pallets and vehicles to indicate a business is being run from this property. No change of use has been granted. Access to A49 from this property is restricted to safety issue. Any issue?
So I guess a more general point would be, in the first instance, if people have concerns, then it would be a case of raising those concerns via planning enforcement. I'm not aware of an open case, but that would be the route, for raising that, and they will then investigate any potential breach.
On 2 occasions in the last 5 years, what can only be described as an inland tsunami due to water running down the A49 from the village junction. Once due to collapsed drains on the A road, the other due to lack of drain maintenance. You could actually see weeds growing out of the drain, with high levels of silt and topsoil in the drains. Parts of the road are so bad where earth from the verges has toppled onto the sides of the road so it obscures the curbstones. A blocked drain at the top of Marsh Lane is still full of debris.
National Highways have said that there isn't any money in this year's budget, but I think Steve's probably on the case.
Yes. So we're anticipating the next one. So not currently scheduled at the moment, but it is on the list to be cleared. And that, I think I had that from National Highways a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, we'll continue to liaise with them.
When a total of 8 large farm buildings were built in Wellington and Marden, a large amount of topsoil was removed. I've been informed that thousands of tons were transported to a farm owned by a Mr. Budge and was used to fill in a floodplain. This farm was sold to Mr. Budge by the council. The water held up in this floodplain has now drained elsewhere. Any clues? Question mark. I've got somebody with a hand up. Oh, do you want us to have a word? Any clues?
Okay, we've got no land on a floodplain. We have put a new building up, which we're planning for. The soil will be spread around the fields. Can I just put a question out though, just with flooding and the brook itself? The Wellington Brook the silt level is so high in Canapian that that's the reason why it can't drain. So there's road drains that can't get down to drain into the brook. The drain is below the water level, and that's what's causing a lot of problems as far as I'm concerned. I understand that perhaps widening wouldn't be an option, but maybe desilting might just keep the water in a channel.
Thank you very much. This is more for Welsh Water. Pumping station. This might have been overtaken by events, but the pumping station at Old Comrades has been under pressure for months, causing constant visits from tankers pumping it. I think you've spoken about this really, causing noise and inconvenience. I'll just
Yeah, without repeating what I said earlier, but yeah, the tankers have been there because of the inflow coming into the network through the infiltration. This time of year now, it'll be okay. The water table has dropped, and we have monitors to tell us when our sewers are up or down. So it should be okay over the summer. But with the relighting works we're doing, that should hopefully stop the water getting into the system or reduce it.
Could you please speak to the works that you have done? There's been quite a lot, I believe, that Welsh Water has done recently.
Yeah, we've I mentioned it earlier. We've done the bit of work in Wellington last summer, and we've done 170 metres so far of line in this week. And I think we've got up to 800 metres to do altogether, and that'll be completed over this, hopefully before the summer period, but definitely during the summer period, so we can do it while the weather is right for us.
Thanks. I wasn't sure you had anything else to add. Okay. So we've completed the Marsh section.